Today we've got another episode of trying to work out what the fossil is. This one's a really interesting fossil which we found a few years ago, and it's one of the best examples of this type of fossil that we've ever found. First of all, let's crack open some ammonites, then we'll start having a look at the photographs, see if you can work out what the fossil is. We're going to be opening up 3 of the Ammonite nodules, and after that I've got another nodule to show you that's an example of some of the nodules we have for you to open up yourself at home. Let's get on and open up the first nodule. Let's go. Alright, moment of truth. Oh wow! That's
in the water.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That looks great.
Looks nice with the calcite chambers.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting one actually, because the outer chambers have split through and revealed all the calcite, then the centre of the ammonite is completely perfect. So I think all in all that's actually opened really nicely and pretty unique. They don't usually do that. Good job, Shay.
Thank you.
Now let's open up the second nodule. Opened pretty easily actually. Although the crack is a bit of a red herring, there's nothing at all inside. Okay, that's fine. Let's get on to the next one. Now, this is the one that I'm pretty excited about. I know I've opened a fair few ammonites over the years, however, just ammonites like this which just look perfect. It's always exciting trying to open them up. Here we go. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, I haven't looked inside it yet. Let's have a look. I wasn't sure at first if it had cracked all the way around or not. However, it has. Let's take a look inside. Oh, wow. Oh gosh. I did not expect it to be that perfect. That is stunning. You don't get many that open that well. For that just to be lying on the beach amongst that shingle, that is really something special. That's awesome. This is the other really interesting, pretty exciting nodule we found. This one would open perfectly. It's a Tenucostatum ammonite, and they almost always split open incredibly well, and they're pretty soft nodules, so they open quite easily. With this nodule, and a few others we have like it, if you would like to open this exact nodule yourself, as well as others that are similar, drop my brother a message on his Instagram page or email. The details will be at the end of the video, and you can get your hands on one of these and open them up yourself at home. We'd really appreciate the support of the channel. Thank you very much in advance if you do decide to get one, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun opening it if you do. Thanks in advance. Now that we've cracked open those ammonites, let's start having a look at this really impressive fossil. I'll explain more about it as we go along. This might be one of the more difficult fossils to work out what it is. However, I've got a selection of photographs from different parts of the fossil. I'm sure we'll be able to piece them together and get a better understanding of what exactly this fossil is. first few photos don't really give us too much idea, at least not yet. However, here we can start to make out some more distinct features of the fossil. What we can see here are legs from the creature. And you can see some longer structures covered in ornamentation, which is very detailed. I think the ornamentation on this creature is definitely one of my favourite parts of it. Have you got any ideas about what the fossil might be yet? Got one more photo after this, then I'll explain exactly what the fossil is. Here's a video of the exact same fossil we've just been looking at. And you might have figured out that it's actually a fossilised lobster. But no worries if you didn't figure it out, it's quite a difficult one. You can see here the carapace of the lobster, or the body of the lobster, and those legs we saw are the legs accompanied by partial claws of this creature. I found this fossil almost exactly as you see here. It's had a little bit of preparation to the surface. It's just sat on top of a rock. It was really obvious that it was a fossil lobster when I walked along and picked it up. As well as the surface of the fossil being prepared, as you'll soon see later on in this video clip, I'll show you the underside of the lobster, which has also been prepared. Some of the detail was a little bit worn on the surface. It'd been exposed to the sea for quite some time, so the underside is completely perfect. And here's the ornamentation on one of the claws of the lobster. The claws unfortunately aren't complete. They must have worn away entirely from the nodule before we found it, but there's still the majority of the creature nicely preserved. This is the underside. There's no legs present, but you've got a really well preserved carapace there. And of course, the partial claw. Again, there's some really detailed ornamentation. Fossil lobsters are really rare to come across. This is a Lower Lias lobster. We've only got one as good as this. Got a few other partial fossilised lobsters. This is certainly my favourite so far. Got a couple of other little ones that need preparing that my brother Shay has found. They're also quite cool. All in all, it's one of our favourite fossils from the Lower Lias. Had quite a few nice ammonites from there as well, but finding something like this, it's just so different, and they're only found very, very rarely. Very pleased with it indeed. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at that fossil and that you like it as much as we do. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. If you did decide that you'd like some ammonites to open up yourself at home, then please contact us on our Instagram page, yorkshire.fossils, or you can contact my brother directly on his Instagram page. Really appreciate it, helps the channel keep going, and my brother Shay also does this full time now. He's definitely the person to contact if you'd like some ammonites. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next one.